Good morning, grade 11 students. We are here for the first episode of Earth Science. I am your teacher, Ma'am Joy. Are you ready to listen? Let's start. Reminder, please prepare your pen and paper. For this episode, we will talk about the habitable Earth and its subsystems. After going through this module, you are expected to first, describe the Earth being a habitable planet. Second, describe the four subsystems of the Earth as to how they work interdependently. Third, explain the biogeochemical cycle. And lastly, appreciate the role of humans in keeping the balance of the four spheres of the Earth. Before we move on, let's try to answer this following question. Here is the direction. Choose the letter that bears the correct answer. Write the answer on a separate sheet of paper. Do not leave any item unanswered. Question number 1. What are the two major requirements for the planet to become habitable? A. Planet has specific size and shape. B. Planet has a specific temperature range and density. C. Planet's water should exist in solid, liquid, and gas. D. Planet's star should survive long enough for its planet to develop life, and the planet is in the region where water could remain liquid. Number 2. Why is it important that a planet possesses the right temperature? A. For the planet to sustain life. B. For the water to remain in liquid form. C. To transform water into three phases: solid, liquid, and gas. D. To prevent dreadful microorganisms from increasing rapidly. Question number 3. What is the correct meaning of Goldilocks zone? A. Taste so sweet. B. Temperatures too hot. C. Temperatures too cold. And D. Temperatures just right. Question number 4. Earth is a Germanic word which means: is it A. the life, B. the rock, C. the metal, or D. the ground? Number 5. Soil, sand, rocks, and all structures comprising the land are part of: is it A. atmosphere, B. biosphere, C. geosphere, or D. hydrosphere? Who got a perfect score? Who almost made it? Don't worry, class, because we haven't started yet. In your earlier grades, you have learned that our solar system is composed of the Sun and the 8 planets revolving around it, namely Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. However, Pluto, the original 9th planet, was downgraded by the International Astronomical Union, or IAU, from the group, and was considered a dwarf planet because it did not meet the criteria that IAU uses to define a full-size planet. There are two major conditions for a planet to become habitable. By the way, planet's habitability is the ableness of the planet to harbor life. It results from a complex network of interactions between the planet itself, the system it is part of, and the star it orbits. The first condition for a planet to become habitable is that the star should survive long enough for its planet to develop life. Massive stars have slightest possibility to be habitable, since they only live for a relatively short period. This is because the more massive stars are throwing out energy at such a rate that even though they have larger reservoir of fuel, they burn out very rapidly. Our Sun, a low-mass star, can survive long enough for life to develop. The second condition is that the planet should exist in a region where water could remain liquid. Just like in the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Goldilocks zone describes an area in space where a planet is located just the right distance from its home star, so that the planet's surface is not too hot and not too cold, just like what the Earth is, a habitable zone. The name Earth is at least 1,000 years old. All the planets except Earth were named after Greek and Roman gods and goddesses. Earth, on the other hand, is a Germanic word which simply means the ground. Did you know that if the Sun were as tall as typical front door, Earth would be the size of a nickel door handle? Earth is the third planet from the Sun at about 93 million miles or 150 million kilometers. A day on Earth is 24 hours. Earth makes a complete orbit around the Sun or a year in Earth time in about 365 days. It is a rocky planet with a solid and dynamic surface of mountains, canyons, plains, and more. Most part of our planet is covered with water. Earth's atmosphere is 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and 0.9% argon. Gases like carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, methane, and ozone are trace gases that account for about 0.1% of the atmosphere. Earth has no ring and has one moon. Many orbiting spacecraft study the Earth from above as a whole system, observing the atmosphere, ocean, glaciers, and the solid Earth. Earth's atmosphere protects us from incoming meteoroids, most of which break up in our atmosphere before they can strike the surface. Earth is the only planet in the solar system that can sustain life. It was tagged as the blue marble because, as seen from the outer space, the vast oceans of the Earth have a far larger area than the land. Spinning clouds can also be seen hanging above the land and the oceans. With this, it can clearly be seen that the Earth is divided into different subsystems or spheres. The hydrosphere, the water part, the atmosphere, the gaseous covering, the geosphere, the solid part, and the biosphere, the living component of the Earth. These subsystems work together, making Earth sustain life. The interaction of the spheres is what makes Earth a system, where one sphere cannot act independently from the others. Earth is a closed system. A closed system holds a fixed quantity of matter. The volume of mineral resources a planet has will remain the same all through time. The resources used can never be regenerated, and the waste produced cannot really be disposed. Once used up, these mineral resources are transformed into something else, maintaining the amount within this closed system. Changes within one subsystem eventually causes change in the others, just like the domino effect. Although Earth is considered a closed system, its four subsystems are open systems where matter and energy can freely navigate between them. Thus, any disturbance in one system distresses the others. Let us go further, explore more our home planet. The geosphere, sometimes referred to as lithosphere, is the solid part of the Earth. This subsystem includes the naturally occurring solid aggregate of minerals, soil, sand, rocks, mountains, volcanoes, and hills. The hydrosphere is the water portion of the Earth, including the cryosphere. The cryosphere contains the frozen parts of the planet. It includes snow and ice on land, ice caps, glaciers, permafrost, subsurface of soil that remains frozen throughout the year, and the sea ice. The atmosphere is the envelope of gases that surround the planet. These gases include nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide, and water vapor. The biosphere contains all the living components of Earth, such as plants, animals, and microbes that can be seen 1 kilometer above sea level down to the deepest parts of the oceans. It reaches any place where life of any kind exists. Some denote the biosphere as the zone of life. From the geophysical viewpoint, biosphere is the global ecological system combining all the living things and their relationship, encompassing their interaction with the elements of the geosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. In a nutshell, biosphere is the subsystem which covers all the living things found on other spheres. To know the connections among four subsystems, let's talk about the biogeochemical cycle. Biogeochemical cycle is any natural pathways by which essential elements of living matter are distributed. The term biogeochemical is a narrowing term for the involvement of biological, geological, and chemical aspects in a cycle. Let's take a look with the water cycle, one of the biogeochemical cycles. Groundwater, located in the geosphere, is absorbed by the plants located in the biosphere and released to the atmosphere through transpiration. Water vapor in the atmosphere falls as rain where some of it is absorbed by rocks. That is, water seepage and rocks or rock layers, and become part of the groundwater, while some of it falls down in the bodies of water or in the hydrosphere, which will again evaporate and go to the atmosphere through the help of the sun's energy. Biogeochemical cycle permits the distribution of necessary chemicals that sustain life, such as carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, calcium, phosphorus, and water. Through biogeochemical cycles, the balance of substances in the four spheres is achieved. Discussing about the balance, let us take another important biogeochemical cycle, the carbon cycle. Carbon can be deposited in the biosphere within the plants, in the atmosphere as carbon dioxide gas, as dissolved carbon dioxide in the oceans or hydrosphere, and as coal and oil deposits in the geosphere. Due to human activities that entails burning of fossil fuels, there is a continuous accumulation of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere when it should have been deposited within the rocks. As a result, the atmosphere retaliates with a warmer temperature which in due course progresses to global warming and inevitable climate change. These have been assessed by the Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change or IPCC in a series of groundbreaking assessment reports documenting sea levels, increasing temperatures, changing weather patterns, heat waves, and drought. In geologic history, some of the greenhouse gases that are now playing havoc with the climate have played an essential role in regulating Earth's temperature and created the conditions for life to evolve. At these long time scales, without human interference, the carbon atoms in carbon dioxide and methane molecules would be continuously recycled in Earth's geological cycle. Variations in the rate of biogeochemical cycling are key to understanding past climate variability and today's climate change. Now, it's time for you to answer the first activity. Here is the direction. Supply the correct words in the incomplete sentences. Refer to the scrambled letters for your clue. Write your answer on your notes. I will give you 30 seconds to answer the activity shown in the screen. Timer starts now. Let us check your answer. Number 1, the correct statement is, the star should survive long enough to develop life. Number 2, the planet should exist in a region where water could remain liquid. Did you get the correct answers? Very good! If not, you can still do another activity. To fully engage in this lesson, you will answer another activity. Write the word true if the statement is true and false if the statement is false. I will give you 60 seconds to answer the activity shown in the screen. Timer starts now. Let us check your answer. Here is the answer key. I hope majority got a perfect score. Let us proceed to the next exercise. Read and complete the following sentences. Choose your answers from the options. Write your answers in your notes. Here are the choices: disturbance, biogeochemical cycle, open, closed, energy, and biosphere. Are you done? Let us check your work. Let us together read the paragraph. Earth is a closed system with open subsystems where matter and energy can freely navigate between them. Any disturbance in one system distresses the others. The 4 subsystems or spheres of the Earth include atmosphere, geosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. Through biogeochemical cycle, essential chemicals that sustain life are distributed among these 4 spheres, and balance is achieved. The role of human is to keep the balance in the 4 spheres. We are about to end this episode. Let us do assessment to check how much you have improved. Watch and listen carefully, then write the letter of the correct answer in your notebook. Question number 1. What are the 2 major requirements for the planet to become habitable? A. Planet has a specific size and shape. B. Planet has a specific temperature range and density. C. Planet's water should exist in solid, liquid, and gas. D. Planet's star should survive long enough for its planet to develop life, and the planet is in the region where water could remain liquid. Number 2. Why is it important that a planet possesses the right temperature? A. For the planet to sustain life. B. For the water to remain in liquid form. C. To transform water into 3 phases: solid, liquid, and gas. D. To prevent dreadful microorganisms from increasing rapidly. Question number 3. What is the correct meaning of Goldilocks zone? A. Taste so sweet. B. Temperatures too hot. C. Temperatures too cold. And D. Temperatures just right. Question number 4. Earth is a Germanic word which means, is it A. the life, B. the rock, C. the metal, or D. the ground? Number 5. Soil, sand, rocks, and all structures comprising the land are part of, is it A. atmosphere, B. biosphere, C. geosphere, or D. hydrosphere? Alright, what score did you get? Good job, class! That will be all for today. I hope you learned and you remember the important details in our topic, the habitable Earth and its subsystems. If ever you forget lesson details, you may watch this video again until you master it. See you all in the next episode.